Futures trading is risky and can result in substantial financial loss.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. And let me tell you something, traders. I hope you got some time on your hands. I'll tell you that right now, because there is a story developing here, and there's a stack of charts coming your way in this video, and I have no choice but to run through them because I need to show you what could very likely be going on here. Couple of things I'd like to mention. First of all, it's Friday, April 25th, 2008. Fundamentals always come out in the charts first. You've heard me say this in many, many videos, in many lessons at the Omni Trading Academy, and I have been able to prove it beyond a doubt that that does happen. Fundamentals always come out in the charts first. In my opinion, charts are merely just a visual look at fundamental news coming out and traders' reaction to such. I think that's all charts really are, is just that visual look that you need at all the news and all the emotions and all the herds of traders, which way they go, all combined into a pretty little graph. That's what I use charts for, and technical analysis tells you what it all means. So I've claimed it many times that fundamentals always come out in the charts first. And I have a question here. Is there a fundamental shift in the works right now? Because I looked at enough charts tonight to make me go, I don't know what's going on here. I do see something happening, and I want to take you on a little ride and see if you see something happening as well. I do know one thing. I've mentioned merger mania always comes in at the top and bottom of almost any big market cycle. Merger mania. You've heard about mergers taking place in every industry. Big banks, little banks, airlines, you name it, it's happening. I mean, you even have burger joints buying one another now. There is merger mania taking place. There are fundamentals coming out in the charts like crazy. You have analysis divergence all over the map in charts from every direction. Fundamentals, financials, grains, currencies, meats, metals, you name it. There are divergences everywhere, and all of this has to mean something. And I have a really, really big story building from what I can see in a lot of charts. And in fact, you better have some time, like I said, because I'm going to take you through a series of charts right now. I want you to take a look at this and then do some homework for yourselves and see if you don't see something going on here. With no further ado, traders, let's go to the charts. Okay, traders, the first chart you were looking at is the Dow Jones Transportation Average Daily Bar Chart. The Dow Jones Transportation Average, I have shown you, and I absolutely believe that the Dow Jones transports lead the Dow Jones around, and they lead the stock market around. It leads the S&P, the NASDAQ. I think when you look at Dow Jones transports, you can see where the rest of the markets are going. With that in mind, you can see that we had a bottoming pattern, which is an inverted head and shoulders, and we are clearly above the Omni's proprietary moving average, and now we are above the 200 bar moving average. And on top of that, it puts in another head and shoulders right here, which should produce a higher move. You look at something like that and you have to scratch your head and say, you know what? It may be time to start thinking about coming out of the bear camp. So I looked at that one chart and I said, well, I've been bearish since sort of the end of 2007, which made a lot of sense. We caught some nice downward movement, and I've been trying to stay in the bear camp, and I've shown you some videos of reasons why we should stay there. But you start to look at stuff like this, if you're an analyst, and you don't have too hard of a head, and you're proactive and not so reactive, you should start to see something here that makes you say, well, maybe it's time to switch hats and possibly think about a bull hat. But that's only one chart, and one chart isn't supposed to make you do anything more than think a little bit. But if you start noticing this pattern in many charts, well, then you have to really take a good hard look at what's going on. So let's look at a few more charts here, traders, and you tell me what you think. Okay, traders, the next chart you're looking at is the Dow Jones Transportation Average Weekly Bar Chart. And the weekly bar chart, and weeklies are very meaningful, has gotten above the proprietary moving average we like to use here at the Omni Trading Academy. And what did it do? It put in an inverted head and shoulders. I'm starting to see some dandruff here, traders. You remember the head and shoulders video from a few months back when we got bearish? Well, I'm starting to see the opposite take place here. I did fight it slightly while we stayed bearish. Even making this formation, we stayed bearish. But I'm no fool. You take a look at what we got here. We also bounced off the 200 bar moving average when we put our low in and have stayed above it since. So I have to start saying, traders, is there a fundamental shift taking place? But there's a lot more charts to look at. You just seen Dow Jones Transportation, who I believe is the leader, in a daily and a weekly form, saying, hey, if you're an analyst, you better start thinking of the upside. Well, let's go look at a few more charts here, traders. Okay, traders, the next chart you are looking at is the Dow Jones market, the Dow Jones cash market daily bar. And what do we see here? Guys, what do you see before your eyes?
Head and shoulders.
An inverted head and shoulders. Now they're starting to become slightly common here. I think we got a theme going on. And you got the head and shoulders, and once again, we are clearly staying above the Omni's proprietary moving average, which kept us in check for quite some time when the S&P and the Dow got below it. Well, now it's starting to trade above it and putting in bullish formations. You know what? I'm no fool, traders. There's only a certain amount of time I'll be selling a market that's starting to turn, and I jump on turns as soon as I see them. I am not calling for a bull market here, but I am saying there is cause for us to keep our eyes wide open. Let's look at more charts here. Okay, traders, the next chart you're looking at is the S&P June daily bar chart. The S&P June daily bar. And what do we have once again?
Inverted head and shoulders.
Another inverted head and shoulders. 1, 2, 3. And we have what we thought would be a bear flag, and we have not come down out of it. And we have gotten above, once again, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. And it seems to be holding, traders. As shocked as I am that we're getting there with all the bad news that's out there, the charts are the charts, and the technicals, I do not doubt ever. When the analysis starts to say we're going somewhere, I follow it. What's very, very interesting is that a lot of indicators are pointing down, but you cannot deny when you start seeing formations pointing up. So now I'm saying, all right, the Dow Jones shows it, the S&P shows it. What else out there is starting to show it? You have to look at everything and paint the picture of all the markets. So let's go look at a few more and see if there is not a picture being painted here. Okay, traders, the next chart you're looking at is pretty much the same one. It's the June S&P daily bar. And you had the head and shoulders, remember, shoulder, head. Well, look what's happening inside of the right shoulder. Another head and shoulders. A head and shoulders within a head and shoulders. These are the same things I told you about on the way down when we had head and shoulders uprights and head and shoulders within them. On the way down, you had this monster, and in the middle of it, you kept putting in head and shoulders in between them, right? You can see that before your eyes. Well, now you have this monster head and shoulders bottom and a head and shoulders within it. That looks very much like this did when it sent us down. Traders, you can't deny it, right? There's more coming. Wait till you see the rest of these charts. This is getting interesting, and I think you better take heed to what these charts are trying to tell us here. I'm surprised, I'll say it again, that these charts are starting to look so bullish because the news is so bearish. But hey, what the charts say is what the Omni Trading Academy does and is what you should do, because the truth comes out in the charts, because the fundamentals always come out in the charts first. Okay, traders, the next chart I want to show you is the S&P spot cash market, the SPY daily bar. Once again, when we saw the massive head and shoulders here taking us down, it was putting in smaller head and shoulders all the way throughout, which made us realize that we got something going on here, and the market really did tank. Look at all of those head and shoulders within the head and shoulders, right? So that puts in a top. Well, does this put in a bottom? Big head and shoulders here, illustrated with the red arrow and the 3 circles. And look at the next inverted head and shoulders. These are opposite The triangle is opposite here as the one that you see here. These head and shoulders are now inverted, which usually will produce a buy signal instead of a sell signal. You can't deny this. And once again, we are above the Omni proprietary moving average, and we're getting to a major trend line test. And boy, oh boy, am I starting to see something going on here. Do you traders see a theme out there? I see a theme. Do you guys back there see a theme taking place?
Yes.
Now, I didn't set this up. All I'm doing is looking at charts. I'm an analyst, pure and simple. And when you look at something like that, you got to start scratching your head and wondering what's going on. Traders, there's more charts, so stay tuned. Let's look at another one. Okay, traders, once again, another chart. It's a daily bar of the NASDAQ, the ENM8 daily bar. And traders, guys behind me, what do we got going right there? What is that?
Inverted head and shoulder.
And what is this right here, that little squiggly line?
Proprietary Omni Trading Academy proprietary moving average.
Yes, you got that right. It didn't come out in stereo, but it did come out. It is the Omni's proprietary moving average, the Omni Trading Academy's average, that is, and we're above it, traders. Not only are we above it, but an inverted head and shoulders. Then we get above it, and within that, shoulder, head, shoulder. A larger one within this whole bottom action that looks like is taking place. Then you have smaller ones within the large one. Wow, it looks like the opposite of the top, which I guess would be a bottom. Who knows? You know me. I've been saying don't fall in love with the upside since we've been going down. But we are very quick to turn here at the Omni Trading Academy. There's no need to be a bear if the market turns bullish. There's no need to be a bull if the market is bearish. So we like to stay in tune with the market. And undeniably, here is another chart that tells us we better start thinking about changing our hats. We're not ready yet to completely jump into bull camp by any means. But boy, oh boy, are we getting some signals here. There's more charts, traders. I hope you're not bored because there's more coming at you. Let's look at the next group of charts here. Okay, traders, next chart on the menu here, and this is becoming a menu for sure, is the E-mini Russell, the ER2M8, if you will, the daily bar. And I'm going to let you guys take this. What is this right here?
Omni Trading Academy proprietary moving average.
Yes, it is, and we got above it, and we're staying above it. Wow, am I surprised? But again, I'll trade what I see, not what I hope for. And then we have the inverted head and shoulders right here within a larger inverted head and shoulders. This thing's going to come up and test that 200 ball moving average at 766 most likely. And then who knows where it's going to go. But once again, look at the theme that is building here. Head and shoulders within head and shoulders, but this time bullish ones, not bearish ones. And traders, there are more charts coming. This is happening all over the map. They're everywhere, just like they were when we started to top out at the end of last year. Let's look at more charts here, see if we cannot convince you to help convince me that something's going on here. Okay, traders, so I've shown you some indices charts, and you can say, yeah, well, indices all follow one another. If that's the case, the CRB index is something of another color completely. Take a look at this. This market, when it is bullish, it creates inflation because it's a basket of 17 commodities that all show levels of inflation. And when it's going up, it's pushing the S&P down. Well, look at this, traders. This is what you call a huge bear flag. Here's the pole. Here's the flag. We have now broken out of it to the downside. And it looks like we're going to try to test the Omni's proprietary trading moving average here. If we, in fact, get down to there, well, then the market is definitely starting to talk to us because the indices are getting above it. What was inflationary that was pushing the indices down is starting to show signs that it wants to come down itself, which would probably propel the indice markets. So, wow, it's starting to happen all over the place, but we're not done. There's a few more examples here. Let's look forward. Okay, traders, the next chart on the menu is the gold market. The gold market, all that glitters is gold, right? The gold, like the CRB, was propelling so high it was knocking the S&P down like crazy. Well, look what the gold has done. It has put in a bear flag, has broken down through the bottom of the bear flag, and is now below
The Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average.
That is very interesting, traders. The indices are getting above. The other markets that used to be above are getting below. And that, to me, says there very well likely be a fundamental shift coming soon. I'll kid you not, when I look at stuff like this on charts, I know something's going on. It gets me excited, and that's why I'm bringing all these charts to you. I want to prepare you to get ready for something that may come our way. No one's got a crystal ball out there. No one knows for sure. But if you know how to look at all the markets as one big painting, as I always say, as one big picture, and if you can tell what that picture is, you can figure out where your market's going next. And this picture, if you ask me, is starting to say there is a fundamental shift taking place in our markets. Let's look at more charts. Okay, traders, the next chart you're looking at is the gold once again, but this is a weekly June bar chart. And traders, guys, back here at the Omni Trading Academy, what do we got right here?
A head and shoulders upright.
An upright head and shoulders formation, which produces a bearish move. That's on a weekly. You just seen that we had that flag, which is a bear flag, and we broke out of that and got below the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. We got below that, and look at the gold putting in that massive weekly head and shoulders, and it is starting to look like it wants to break. Traders, if the gold is coming off, the CRB is coming off, and the indices are rallying, and we're putting in the same formations at the top of markets that the indices are putting in, which could be at the bottom of markets. Do you see the picture for yourselves out there? Are you starting to see this? Again, I don't make this stuff up. I just read the charts and I present them to my Omniacs and all you analysts out there and you traders that are trying to get it right, and I try to point you in the proper direction. And I think this is absolutely a telling indication that something major is about to take place. Let's look at more charts here. Okay, traders, what you're looking at now is the June bond chart, the 30-year June bonds, and they are usually working opposite of the S&P. If the S&P has an inverted head and shoulders down here right now, it is getting above the Omni's proprietary moving average. Well, right now you have an upright head and shoulders producing a downward signal and got below the moving average that we like to use here at the Trading Academy. And if that is happening, then that means bonds have topped out, and that means S&Ps may very well have bottomed out here. We are below the proprietary average and heading towards the 200 bar average as we speak. Traders, I kid you not, there's a story here right before your eyes being created. This is no joke. You better pay attention to what's going on here, because you better believe I am. And look at that bond chart. That's the same look the S&Ps gave us when they topped out. Now bonds are beginning to top out. When the S&P did that, it was over here, and bonds went up. Now the bonds are doing it, and the S&P is right here, and they're going up, which means bonds are going down. Traders, there's a story here. Do you see it? I want you to stop for a minute and answer that question, or ask yourselves that question. Do you see a story here? I do. I see something going on, and I think there's a fundamental shift beginning to take place in our markets. Let's look at a few more charts. Okay, traders, so you've seen moving averages and head and shoulder formations and markets turning from one way to another. That means from bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish in the indice markets. I showed it to you in metals markets. I showed it to you in the CRB. Now look at this. You are looking at the euro currency daily bar, and euro currency is starting to break down. It is finally starting to look like it's tired up here and is put in its own sort of wedge formation, which generally turns out to be a bearish formation. Look this up for yourselves on your charts. When you get a formation like that, it usually turns out to be bearish, and we had a major 230-point break in the euro currency yesterday. So currencies are starting to play that little fiddle along with the rest of these charts and the rest of these markets. They're starting to turn. Something's going on here. Let's look at another currency. This is euro currency. Let's look at the next one. Okay, traders, the next chart you're about to look at is the June Swiss franc daily bar. You think I'm kidding? Look at this. You broke out of the flag, and you broke down seriously. Well, here's the flag. That was a little ugly, that one. But we broke down seriously in the Swiss franc, and it looks like it's changing direction. And look what it's starting to head right for. What is this, guys?
The Omni Trading Academy proprietary moving average.
And it's heading right down for it. I think you are starting to see what's going on here, traders. I think I've presented a lot of charts that are showing you a trading turn. Now let's look at something else that greatly affects the United States and other markets in general. Okay, traders, the Canadian dollar June daily bar, our neighboring country's currency. And look at this, a bearish head and shoulders formation. And we are below, guess what, guys? Chime in once again.
The Omni Trading Academy's
proprietary moving average. Now we're below it with a bearish formation in a currency, another currency. Traders, there is definitely something going on. There is no way you can ignore this. I'm going to show you one more chart, and then we'll discuss what we just looked at for a moment. Let's look at one more. It's quite important to this whole picture. Okay, traders, the last chart on the menu this evening is the dollar index June daily bar, the DXM8, if you will. And look what it has done. It is breaking out of a bullish flag. Breaking out of a bullish flag, which we haven't seen for a long time here. Bull flag, flagpole, breakout, just as the currencies are breaking out of their formations up here and heading down. Wow, there is a fundamental shift taking place. I'll tell you right now, looking at all those charts, you put a gun to my head, I would swear something major is going to take place in the markets. Can you ever tell for sure what that's going to be? Nobody can tell. Again, no one has a crystal ball. But I have argued that charts are the roadmap to where markets are going to go next. And I kid you not, this analysis and these charts are absolutely trying to point us traders in a direction. Let's talk about that now. So, you've seen those charts, right? That was insane, traders. You can't imagine how excited I got tonight doing my analysis when I seen that gamut of charts just start sending neon signs to me like crazy. What does it mean? Well, you know what? Here's what I think it means. I mentioned, is there a fundamental shift taking place? Is it in the works? Well, what likely this means is this, as far as I'm concerned. It likely means that the Fed is done cutting rates, or is probably going to cut a quarter and then go into a neutral stance, which should make traders all over the world go, hey, dollars look good now, S&P looks good now, individual stocks look good now, and bonds don't look good anymore, and that will create a fundamental shift in the marketplace. That is my read from all those charts I just showed you. That's all the charts told me. When I was done with that whole segment, first I did it at my desk, then I did it in front of the camera for you traders, and I said, well, that tells me the Fed is pretty much done. That's my take on these markets. So, with no further ado, you know what we might have to do right here, right? We'll start slowly and see where we end up. I think it's time to start erasing this little message here. Don't fall in love with the upside. Again, traders, I am not saying this is a raging bull and it's going to start, because I can't even believe we're here right now and I'm doing this video. I am bearish and have been bearish and thought I could stay bearish, but I'm not blind. So with that in mind, for this week, at least for a little while, I'm going to erase this off the board. I'm going to erase this off the board. Can you imagine? It's been here for so long. So instead of me saying don't fall in love with the upside, it's time for me to say, let's question the upside, because it might be coming. It very well might happen. If in fact this goes out the window and nothing happens and we head back down, well, we'll continue to trade bearish. But this video and these charts and this action that we're seeing, it's getting me to think about stepping over that fence and possibly becoming a bull again. Hey, that's pretty exciting if you ask me. I love the bull market. I have been waiting for months to see something like this happen. And if it does become bullish, well, hey, I'll be jumping in on the upside as quickly as anybody out there. So again, traders, we have merger mania. We have analysis divergence, because a lot of the indicators are pointing down while a lot of the charts are pointing up in the indices. And a lot of the indicators are pointing up while a lot of the charts are pointing down in all the rest of the markets I just shown you. Now that's divergence. That means analysts right now are having difficulty figuring out where it's going. Merger mania is taking place, and that usually happens when a market is getting ready to shift. So I think I've made my case here. Again, I don't know for sure. I'm as lost with this as you, but I follow what I see and I'll trade what I see. And with that in mind, for Friday, April 25th, 2008, turn around Omni, baby. Want to hook right back up Omnis. We'll see what happens. We're looking for the S&P to now be a buy in the mid to low 1380s. A buy in the mid to low 1380s on Friday in a bear market. You got me standing there thinking about buying. I kid you not, I follow these charts and I really pay attention every day and every evening of my life. And for me to say something's going on here should carry some weight with the fans who follow me, because you know I am very diligent about watching the analysis. I am very true to the analysis. The analysis tells me to put a turnaround Omni on this board. So, it's a daily turnaround. Who knows where we're going. But for tomorrow, we're looking to buy the S&P in the 1380s, mid to low 1380s. We're looking for this thing to get above 1400, likely into the teens. That's our profit objective, with some resistance at 1409 on the way up. Of course, be out by the close. You don't want to be in this market if we're wrong. I'm willing to take one on the chin tomorrow to test out that theory. I just showed you all those charts, right? No sense in me selling it in front of that monster. So I'm going to take the buy side and we'll see what happens. One more time. Buying in the low to mid 80s, mid to low 80s. Looking for the 14 teens, above 14, somewhere up in the teens, with some resistance expected at 1409. Woo! It's been a long video, guys. I've been working my butt off here, but I had to present this to you because it is what I see. And you know what? You got to trade what you see. All right, traders, with that in mind, you better go do your homework. I put a caution on my recommendation on my website today, and I said, do your own homework. This is a very tricky area. If your homework does not agree with mine, do not take the recommendation. Okay, traders, I hope you like the analysis I just presented for you. If you'd like to learn how to do this for yourselves, if you don't know how to read charts like I just showed you how to read them, come on down to the Omni Trading Academy. It's www.livewithoscar.com. Grab yourselves a membership and let us teach you how to analyze these markets and possibly even trade them correctly. One thing I can say is we have a lot of Omniacs who are reporting to me every day and telling me they're doing really, really well since they joined the Academy. So you should join the Academy. And to all you Omniacs that were bearish with me through that whole bear move, you're going to have to be brave to buy this one tomorrow. But you're a bunch of good students and a bunch of good traders. And I expect that you will get this right. And I expect that we're all going to get this right. Traders, we have a lot of videos like this one you just seen on YouTube. Our YouTube presence is www.youtube.com/futuresanalysts. There are 305, I think now, Mike?
306.
306 videos, a lot like the one you just seen, full of information, full of tips. I am a 25-plus year veteran trader. I can show you how to do things that you're not going to learn anywhere else on the street. You'll see a lot of them in the YouTube. When you get there, subscribe to the videos, leave comments on the videos, and see what we can teach you. But better than that, come on down to the site and join our room. Traders, I say don't trade alone, never trade alone. Well, you can trade with a guy like me and all my students and all my traders around you if you come to our Omni Trading Academy and sit with us and try to do this with a crowd. There is strength in unity and strength in numbers, and the way to get something right is to have a lot of people going in the same direction as you, and that confirms your beliefs. You can get that if you come to our school, so make sure you come on down. Traders, if you'd like to shoot me out an email, please do. My email is oscar@futuresanalysts.com. If you send me an email, I promise to get back to you and right back. If you send me a chart with some analysis on it and ask a question, I will analyze your chart for you and shoot you back my answer. I will tell you if you're getting the analysis right. I answer all the emails. You traders out there know that that's true, so shoot me those emails. Call me anytime you'd like, 702-629-4755. All right, traders, I got to mention it because it's coming up soon. It's the Mandalay Bay Money Show, traders. I'm doing seminars. here to help me, to meet you, to help teach you, and to just invite you into our Omniac crowd. So come on down to the Mandalay Bay. It's May 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Book your tickets, traders. Get your plane tickets and come on down to the Money Show and meet the Omni Trading Academy. You'll get to meet with me and the entire staff, and I think you'll really, really like who you're going to meet. We're a bunch of great people, and we are here to help you traders. That's all you will find when you meet us, are helpful people who are trying to help you get this straight. Guys, tomorrow we're doing a radio show, right? Yep. Tomorrow morning between 9 and 11, every Friday we do a radio show. The number will be here. You can call that number, call in, interact with us. Call up, ask some questions. There are economists on that show. It's a fantastic show. They talk about stocks, they talk about commodities, they talk about the market in general. So call the show, come join us. You'll be on the radio. You can interact with us live. Okay, traders, I think I'm done, guys. Am I finished here?
Are you a broker?
Yeah, well, I am a broker, and I'll tell you what, if this thing goes down tomorrow, I'll be a little broker than I am today. But yes, I am a broker, and I can help you. I can be your personal broker, and I can teach you how to follow the analysis and keep your emotions out of trading. Learn how to not trade so often and find those sweet spots where you trade a couple of times a day and get it right. It stops you from churning. It stops you from writing your checks to your clearing firms constantly, and it helps to keep you calm. So if you'd like for me to be your personal broker and trading coach and mentor, don't waste time. Come on down to the Omni Trading Academy. Again, it's www.livewithoscar.com. Right online, you can open up an account, fill out an application, and allow me to be your personal broker. One side note, if I am your broker, everything that we have at the Omni Trading Academy is free of charge for you. You open a trading account, you become one of my VIP members, and you pay nothing to hang around with us. The lessons are good. The classes are great. The crowd is fantastic. It puts you in the premium room. It gives you access to me on the telephone. You just can't beat it, traders. So come on down, open those accounts. All right, that's about it. I've worked my butt off for this one, so I'm getting out of here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for participating. And thank you, traders, who send us these stops are in, emotions are out videos, because at the end of this video, there'll be a couple of more. As they come in, we edit them. We don't change them at all. We get them ready for video and put them at the ends of our videos. So if you have sent us a video where it shows you saying stops are in and emotions are out, you'll see it at the end of our video, so stay tuned at the end of this one. All right, traders, that's it. I'm finished. I'm done. Be careful in the markets tomorrow, and say this to yourselves every day, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, because it'll help you with your trading, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out.
Okay, Omni campers, we're here translating from the beautiful Pacific coast, and we're gonna do the standard Omni exercise, SOE. Stops are in, emotions are out.
Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I am a 24-year seasoned trader on and off the floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years. Good luck trading.